So now that we've laid the foundations last week with the pivot of the weight transference, we can have a bit more of a talk about the role of the arms and the hands, how they work in sequence with that pivot. Last week we had a bit of a talk about trying to connect the arm swing with the pivot, but the real role of the hands and the arms is to act almost quite recklessly and carefree from the top of the swing. We don't want to make the mistake that most golfers make, and that's to sort of guide the club through too much with the pivot, making the mistake of trying to sort of guide the golf ball to the target. The correct hitting motion is more of a reckless and more of a carefree, almost like a throwing motion. A good thrower doesn't push the ball when they throw it. Good thrower just bends the right elbow on the backswing, and then they just simply throw that weight of the ball, snapping the elbow, allowing the wrists and the hands to release the ball at the right time in sequence with the pivot. The actual hitting of a golf shot is almost identical to the way that you would skim a stone across the water. Again, as we learnt with the backswing, the preparation of throwing a stone underarm is the same as a golf backswing, and the release of the stone is identical to the way you would swing a golf club in sequence with your pivot. A good stone skimmer feels the weight of the stone back here like it's a golf club in your hand, and then they simply just throw that weight through across the water. A golf club in your hand acts the same as that stone. You can feel the weight of the club in your hands. Then you just simply throw that weight of the club through the ball in sequence with the pivot, and then the timing, the magic of the shots start to kick in with practice. The silly thing with golf is the more you try to guide and control the club through, the worse you'll actually hit it. Once you start to discover the release of the club, the way the club is thrown through the ball, the club just magically squares up through impact, and you hit the shots more effectively towards the target.